Greetings from Maryborough, Australia in Queensland, just off the Fraser coast, and you're looking at the Ladies of the Exchange by artist Michael Wartell. And the story behind the mural is in 1882 the first country telephone exchange in Australia was opened at Maryborough on the upper floor of the post office with 32 subscribers. The Postmaster General's Department took over the exchanges in 1901 following the Federation. In 1975, Telecom Australia was formed, and subsequently the Postmaster General's Department became known as Telstra. This mural on the current Telstra Exchange building has been home to the automatic telephone services since 1960. So it really is a beautiful morning here in Maryborough. And I just happened to notice that sign, or that mural I should say, on my way to another special place here, and that would be the I'm going to take you today to a museum called the Bond Store. And as I walk along, I'm coming along just here in beautiful Queens Park, and this would be the train station right here. You see they've got a little train station that comes out into Queens Park for the kids. And then speaking of kids, over here you've got a lot of children here that are we got a lot of children here that are all in their uniforms, and this must be some type of a field trip or a picnic. But just look at the beautiful flowers here. Look at how beautiful that is. Just gorgeous. And all the children here, they wear uniforms. You see, and they've got hats on, and some of them have parasails, I believe. But look at that. So we're going to the Bond Store. And the Bond Store, 1864, circa 1864, it says, experience the earthen floors of the Bond Store, former old storage store for Her Majesty's Customs Service. Revisit a time when opium was legal import and port taste among the rum barrels left over from the 1860s. Absorb the history of the city's customs service, wharves, and industry. So that's going to be just up over here, and I believe that it's going to be open, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure hoping it is. So this town of Maryborough has no shortage of history, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that as we walk through the Bond Store. Now, I will confess, when I heard that it was the Bond Store, I was thinking, as you know, along the lines of 007, James Bond, you know, shaken not stirred, or stirred not shaken, something like that. But that's what I was thinking when I heard they have a Bond Store here. But no, they don't have a Bond Store here. They have well, they do have a Bond Store, but it's not as in 007. And they do have a matchmaking machine, interestingly enough. This is quite an artistic town. Everywhere you look, there's various artwork, such as this one that you see. This is the matchmaking machine. If you're looking for a match, then this is where you might want to come, right here to this matchmaking machine. It kind of looks like something out of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you know, or Back to the Future or something like that, or maybe even Frankenstein. Really something else. I don't know if you can turn that handle or not, and I don't know quite what's up here. Alright, so it's easy to get distracted, but right now I want to go to the Bond Store. You're looking at the Custom House right there, and I'm hoping that the Bond Store is open. I believe it should be. It's probably a little bit after 9, so I would imagine, unless they are closed today, that we should be able to get in and share with you what's inside the Bond Store. I believe they said it had an earthen floor, and they may not be open right now, which would be a real shame. But here, look at the gate going in. You see it says port side 1864. report on this gate, inside in 1864 on that gate. But this is the bond store, Maryborough, 1864. And here you can see that you can get yourself some rum, opium. Imagine back in the day being able to come down and, honey, I'm gonna go grab some linen and opium. I'll be back in a little bit. So they will be open, actually. They'll be open at 10 o'clock. So I've got a little bit of time to kill. I think right now it's well, it's about 9:35, so we got 25 minutes before the bond store opens up. So I will share the outside of the building with you as I'm able to. They have big bars on the windows and on the doors, and it tells you about the value of the stuff inside. Now, as I'm filming this, I'm actually using a GoPro Hero 9 Black, just holding it in my hand, and it's supposed to have a good stabilization. So we will see how this video goes. But this is the Mary River Parklands right along the side of the bond store here. Very nice. Really a nice place. Now here's the outside of the bond store. You can see the beautiful blooms here on the tree. Very nice. What a beautiful spot. Everywhere you go in this city, you'll see art. It's just gorgeous. It really is a beautiful, beautiful spot. And I believe this here, look at this. Here you have the river going through. You can see that. Very nice. Now this right here must be an original piece of something. Alright. So I'm gonna wait until the museum opens up and take you through, because I'm kind of curious to see what's inside this building all these years later. And I don't think it's very hard to pass time here in Maryborough. Here's the rear of the building, the hoist there. They bring stuff up to the second floor. Really nice. There's an old anchor. And then you can actually come just around here, I believe. Hopefully I can go up the gate. Right here they have actual different floods. You can see where the water came up. 2011, 2013, 1999, 1875, and I go up and look at way up there. You got 1893, 42. I believe there'll probably be 42 meters if I'm not mistaken. But there's your flood markers right there. So we will wait until this museum opens up, and then we'll take a tour inside. Well, the doors have opened and I've already signed in, and we're gonna go. They've got 2 levels here, so I'm just gonna walk and talk, and they are more than happy to let you come in and film. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna walk and talk and share what I'm able to. They've got a lot of the, looks like the barrel tops here. Look at this. Chateau Renon. There's something coming in from France. Here's your John Haig whiskey coming all the way from Scotland. That's something. There's a, looks like an old seed. Look at that. Right there. Wonderful. Here's a picture of the wharves, an old historic picture there. Come in as a, I think you're actually there working the docks, waiting for the ship to come in. There's Charlie asking Bill what he's going to do this weekend. Okay. Over here they've got, well, it looks like you can buy yourself some nice, you can buy yourself some liquor, cognac, Turkish Delight. Look at some of that stuff. Back in the day when I used to drink. Now here they've got some good stuff. Tomato relish, guava jelly, strawberry jam, tomato chutney. Boy, I am really liking this GoPro. It really is a nice, little way to film. As long as the quality isn't compromised too much, it's just very less intrusive. History forged into timber chairs. Here's a nice little write-up on a chair right here with a little bit of history. Looks like a nice sturdy chair. If I'm not mistaken, I believe out on Fraser Island they have some of the Fraser Island has some of the hardest wood, or the tree with the hardest wood in the world. They share this with you. Wow. There's some gentlemen here. The gauger's tools of trade. The gauger used both a hydrometer and a saccharometer to calculate the duty to be paid on wine and spirits. When barrels of spirits brewer wine roll off the ships and into the store, it was the gauger's job to calculate the duties on each item. What a nice place. Look at this here. This is the time machine. Flick a switch to wind back the years and take a look into the Maryborough's past. Let's go to 1890. See if anything happens with that. Something's blinking. See, there we go. And you'll see looks like it's going to project up on the wall, I think. Maybe there should be a screen up there.
June 12th, 1880.
And give you a little narration. Oh, you know what? It would help if I probably wasn't standing in front of the screen. But I think there should be a screen up there.
Has the makings of a great city. We are over 6,000 residents strong, and many more seek our shores. Thriving industries at the heart of our great city.
Very nice. I'm sure there are those that would come in here and spend quite a bit of time, more time than I have the ability to. Here's a captain.
Expanding city with its new brick buildings and flourishing businesses. It is a place of hope, as wealth and prosperity are within our grasp.
Beauty.
Maryborough also has ambitious plans for the future. Plans to venture
Very
into
nice.
new technologies.
A lot of history. 1920s, an era of growth. Look at that. Wait, the shipwright's helper, because shipbuilding's an exacting profession, shipwrights use half-home models like this to help them avoid expensive or deadly mistakes. There's some anchors. A lot of history here for sure.
I'm standing on the outside of the front entrance of Walker's Limited Shipyard here in Maryborough. The final shift whistle has just blown and workers walking past me now have fogged off for the last time. The mood is sober, if not thoughtful. And no wonder, because we're witnessing the death of a once vibrant industry.
All types of interactive.
During World War II, this ship employed around 1,200 workers. 100.
What a nice display they have here. Ferber solves a woolly problem. The finest timber country I ever saw. Edward Armitage, Maryborough pioneer, 1863.
Don't you worry about that. I can tell you they've been weighed well enough. That may be self-replied, but I just need to see.
Well, here's an interesting movie.
Had the knife around his waist. I must admit, I wasn't terribly surprised to find the ship's mate had a problem with his scales. On his paper, he declared he was carrying 380 pounds of opium. My scales told me that it was 425 pounds.
Facing the challenges along with droughts and floods, the sugar industry faced two great challenges. It was labor intensive and it was an established global cash crop.
116. No. 117.
Here's your rum barrel.
2, 3.
Somewhere you find a staircase going upstairs, or maybe it's maybe you actually go downstairs. I think you need to perhaps go downstairs. Look at that. Dead slow, half full, astern. Finished with engines. All right. So now we will take a walk downstairs. Just as if you were here yourself. A little bit cooler down here. A famed city of old pubs, from early shanty bars and pioneer inns to grand hotels. Over 40 pubs once filled the city streets. 40 pubs. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time that they wanted this to be the capital. They had ambitions to be the the capital of Australia at one point in time. Really a little bit cooler down here. And then down on the floor they have the, I think you would have had an earthen floor back here. You can see there's some different pictures of the homes. Very nice. And here is the earthen floor. This is what it would have looked like back in the day. Look at that. There you have it, folks. There is your there's your tour of the Bond store, and no, not as in 007, here in beautiful Maryborough, Queensland. Have a great day.